Yom Yerushalayim, appreciating the miracle. I never really make anything remotely political or nationalistic in any way, but I was reading numerous political posts on Facebook and other areas, talking now by Jews, and this is just me, an average Joe, just my opinion. You have on the right and left so many people just pointing everyone else out. I'm at fault also, thinking we have the answers, we have the best, this guy's wrong because he's this and this guy's wrong because he's that. Let's be honest with ourselves. Whenever any of us expresses an opinion, it's our opinion and our perspective, and there are allowed to be other perspectives in the world. We're all, including me, great experts at finding out what's wrong with others and pointing it out, because I guess it's more sensationalistic. But in all this hub of negativity and criticism and blame, we lose the wow, we lose the miracle. Today, people drive to Jerusalem, go to Jerusalem, it's like I went to the store. I think it would behoove every one of us just to take a little look at history and see what went on over there. We had what was supposedly a divine promise that Jerusalem is ours, we're going to be here. And yet we were, most of the Jews, by the way, against all the myth of people saying that the Jews were kicked out of Jerusalem and all of Israel. There has been a constant Jewish presence ever since. Yes, most of us were kicked out, but there has been a constant Jewish presence in Israel. There have been so many, I'm not going to enumerate them now, so many prophecies, and yet all of what we saw was that we were kicked out, and for whatever God's reasons, we have gone through crusades, we have gone through whatever went on in Spain, the unbelievable cruelty of what went on in Spain, holocausts, pogroms. We've been through it all. The Jews have been kicked out of 109 countries. Now, anyone applying logic during those times would have thought there's no hope for us. There's absolutely no hope for us. I mean, you can see we've been kicked out by the world's greatest powers. Nobody really wants us. They utilize us for a certain period of time, and then when they're tired of us, they kick us out. There's no hope over here. Maybe that accounted for a lot of people assimilating, giving up. But a lot of people also did not give up. A lot of people, religious and not religious, stood strong. There's even a story of a man during, I think, the Middle Ages, who said they couldn't understand why he was eating so much and becoming so hugely obese. And as the story goes, when they eventually got him to talk, he said, when they want to take me and they want to burn me at the stake for being Jewish, I want to burn for a long time. I want everyone to see. This unbelievable spirit that doesn't come from the greats, that comes from all the simple people, because the simple people are the heroes. As the Torah tells us, every letter represents one of us, and the souls and everything. I'm not going into those details now. Every one of us is significant, and it's all the supposedly run-of-the-mill people that have kept us going throughout the centuries with their devotion against unbelievable odds, against the blackest of times. There is a book called Aim Habayim Smecha, and the Rebbe who wrote that book came to this conclusion, and this is mind-blowing as far as I'm concerned. He came to this conclusion, and the conclusion was he was firstly very anti-Israel, didn't think it was the right time, moving to Israel, doing stuff for Israel right now, for whatever his reasons. But in the midst of the Holocaust, seeing all that death and destruction, with ostensibly no hope, I mean, we were being wiped out. From memory, this unbelievable Gadol Hador, from memory, wrote a book, this book, showing how important it is for us to unite and come to Israel and appreciate what Israel represents for us. He made this change through all this death and destruction. This unbelievable power that so many of us have, from you would call us the simple people to the greats, the Rabbanim, the other leaders, is to stick to who we are, to hold that banner of hope. Doesn't matter how dark the clouds are. One more story. If I get a few of the details wrong, please forgive me, but the point is clear. In one of the displacement camps after the Holocaust, one of the rabbi from America, I think he was called, his name was Rav Silver, gathered people for a minyan. Yet there was this one chap who would not come for whatever reason. So eventually, I think it was Rav Silver came to him and said, "What's going on here? Please talk to me." So the man said, "You know, when I was in one of the camps, some gentleman had a siddur, and he took that siddur, and even though everybody was already malnourished with the rubbish that the Nazis gave us for food, he demanded that people give him some of their food in order to use the siddur." And the man said, "A religion that breeds these type of people in that type of situation, in such a tragic situation, that still ask for food, I want no part of." So Rasul said to him, "You fool, did you ever consider all those people who were willing to give their food in order to use that siddur?" In anything we do in life, we choose our focus, we choose what to see, we choose what to appreciate, we choose what to integrate. There's no meaning in life but the meaning we choose to give what we see and experience. And so, after centuries of seemingly hopelessness, where every power in the world has tried to wipe us out, according to Professor Arnold Toynbee, who had a debate with Professor Herzog, I think he's one of the chief rabbis of Israel, about 56 years ago, he called us, the Jews, the fossil nation. And why? Because empirically, what we have been through throughout the centuries, not one Jew should be around. But yet, we are. And out of this centuries of total darkness, spurts of light, yes, in certain countries, when the hosts deigned to give us the rights we should have had. But in general, after centuries of darkness, of being pursued wherever we are, being blamed for the bubonic plague, being blamed for every little malaise, all these blood libels, where any normal person would have fallen apart saying, "There's no hope, what is to be with us?" Finally, among many other miracles, we get Jerusalem. After so many years, we can walk freely in Jerusalem. Yes, plenty challenges, plenty. I can go to the Kotel. I can drive to Jerusalem. It says, by the rivers of Babylon, Sham Yashavnu Gam Bachinu. It said, Rav Pinkus talks about this people who are going through such trials and tribulations, but what could they think of coming back to Israel, coming back home? We have it here with such ease. So I think, if I may, as just an average Joe, say despite what we're going through, despite the vehement disagreements we have in this country, because there are some ridiculous things going on over here, at least from my perspective, politically and otherwise, we have to stop, pause, and breathe in the miracle and appreciate what's going on over here. I have, over here, for example, I have a stone, one or two stones, that I carry with me. And why do I carry these stones? Because just like in any other country, we can get so carried away with life, because life has its challenges in Israel and anywhere, that we forget where we are. And one of the lessons, in my humble opinion, and for me, of Yom Yerushalayim, besides the unbelievable appreciation that miracles do happen, that no matter how much darkness there is, and no matter how long the darkness lasts, morning always comes. In addition to that appreciation, it reminds me, I have these stones over here, to on a daily basis, no matter what challenges I'm going through, no matter what distracts me, I look at these stones and I remind myself, and Hashem reminds me of where I am, the privilege of being here, the gift of being here. I think we need to pause, despite all the divisiveness, and we need to appreciate the gift. Because if you don't appreciate a gift, you don't unwrap the gift. And then you carry on with all that which distracts one of the true value that we have in this beautiful gift that is Israel, and this beautiful miracle that is the liberation of Jerusalem.